Do you have any other unpopular opinions that we missed?
So I'm just going to be super like unpopular on this podcast, and it's fine. But I am not completely convinced that we have to encrypt everything. It's sort of like one of these blanket. Think about it. Like, I mean, there is a performance cost to encrypting everything, but there's another cost too, and that cost is around key management. Right? Like, you've got to protect the keys, you've got to store them somewhere, you got to rotate them, you've got to protect how you call them in your code, and not everybody does that, and that's just, the way it is. And so it's just easy to say it's just easier to encrypt everything, right? But it's maybe not. And so this is again where governance, I think, has a really good say here to say what the bar is. Yeah, maybe you do need to encrypt all of your customer data with PII. Do you need to encrypt the pencil sharpening system or the lunch menu application? Or maybe not, because the cost to sort of manage all that encryption over time just may not be worth it. And then also, even if you are encrypting, make sure that that's not the only real pillar of your security program, because let's face it, in many breaches where the bad guys get in, they typically also get your keys. Not always, but if they have root in your cloud environment, they might also have access to those keys to decrypt everything. Now there's exceptions to that. If you have a FIPS 41, like a FIPS 142, level 3 HSM, and you hold you control your own keys in your own on-prem environment, maybe a different story. But it's just you should be thoughtfully asking whether or not it's worth it to encrypt everything.